In the brand new Star Wars canon book, The Secrets of the Clone Troopers, Captain Rex's thoughts regarding everything from the creation of the clone army all the way to his days fighting the rebellion are shown in detail. In today's video, I'm going to be covering Rex's thoughts on Order 66 and its horrible aftermath, and it's all from his point of view, so it's really interesting. Let's get right into it. The mutual trust between the Jedi and their clone soldiers was what gave us the edge over the Separatist forces and allowed us to overcome even the most challenging circumstances. But that same trust eventually opened the door to one of the greatest betrayals the galaxy has ever seen. Every single clone had an inhibitor chip implanted in their brain. This was supposedly designed to make us less aggressive and more prone to following orders. But every clone trooper eventually learned the hard way that the chips were really there to force us into following one specific directive: Order 66. When the Clone Wars reached their inevitable end and the Separatist army was all but defeated, peace seemed like a good thing for the Republic, but not for the man in charge of it. Emperor Palpatine knew that the Jedi would never allow him to retain absolute power once peace was restored, and he secretly planned for that eventuality. Palpatine issued Order 66, which triggered the inhibitor chips in our heads. In an instant, we were reconditioned to believe that our closest allies, the Jedi, were actually the Republic's greatest enemies. As soon as the command was relayed, clone troopers across the galaxy turned against their Jedi generals, catching them by surprise and executing them in cold blood. Hard to believe it, but some of my own brothers in the 501st even assaulted the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Only a handful of Jedi survived the purge initiated by Order 66, and the ones who did were forced to go in hiding to protect themselves. In seconds, the Jedi, who had been around for more than millennia, were wiped out completely, and the loyal soldiers they put their total faith into for years were the ones to blame. Even though Order 66 was designed to be a directive that we couldn't resist, not every clone ended up pulling the trigger. Some, like my friends in Clone Force 99, were less affected by the chip's influence due to their genetic mutation. Others were simply strong enough to resist, at least until their Jedi General could escape. I wish I could say I was one of the strong ones, but I'd be lying. Order 66 overwhelmed me almost instantly, and I turned against my old friend, Ahsoka Tano. Thankfully, she acted fast, knocking me out long enough to surgically remove my inhibitor chip. Ahsoka may have been able to bring me back to my senses, but we didn't have enough time to do the same for my brothers. Even though our ship was on the brink of crashing, they continued to hunt us down. Ahsoka and I barely managed to survive the chaos ourselves. As much as I wanted to save my squad, it was too late. Like the good soldiers they had always been, they followed their final order, right into an early grave. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please like and subscribe. And remember, the Force will be with you, always.